And here we are with another Rockstar 101, discussing what it takes to make it in the music business today. And this week we have it's a new angle, if you will, someone who does something that we have never discussed on here before. So we're going to take a look at what it takes to make it in the music industry today with your music videos. And here to discuss that from Los Angeles, California, Erik Jones, gentleman that I have worked with in the past, done voice work with him for several years. Erik, great to have you here with us today.
Hey, Dave, man, it's a pleasure to be on your show. Yeah, I've been looking forward to it for a long time, and thanks for having me.
We've been looking forward to having you, and especially from the standpoint not only that, we know each other and are friends, but also the fact that what you're doing is very important in today's music world. Now, first off, I want to give you a chance to mention your company, and I understand you're in Los Angeles. Tell us a little bit about the company you're with and what you are doing, how people can get in touch with you.
Well, right now, I'm working with a company called Xarcon Films, and, we provide a gamut of possibilities for the independent filmmaker, the independent record label, the independent recording artist, and also just the independent artists themselves if they, need any type of television consultation, television services, or audio, recording services. And so we're out of the LA area, and, we can always be reached at xarconfilms.com. And, we primarily help artists get started in their promotional packaging.
Awesome. Now, in doing this, what do you find? Can you give us? I know it's involved and there are a lot of details, but can you give us a nutshell summary of what an artist needs to think of before dropping you a line or picking up that phone to call you for production? What do they need to think of in terms of creating a music video for their song and making it a good commercial product?
Well, first thing they have to have is a song that they really believe in. A song that they've gone into a quality studio and they've put together their song and they're really satisfied with that. And then they should listen to their everybody knows how their song pretty much flows, but really listen to your lyrics and then develop your video concept based off of your lyrics. So the whole concept is to tell a story with your music video. I've had a lot of artists come to me, and basically their idea is just a collage of them singing in various different environments. Well, at that point, it's kind of counterintuitive because now you really don't, you're not telling a story. Your song's talking about a love interest or a bad time or being hooked on drugs or whatever. You want the screen to actually bring the viewer into that story. And,
right.
Once you have your story down, I think another key component of any type of promotion or any type of development of any artist or song is to have a great team. You have to have a great team backing you. You have to have good management. You have to have a great attorney, and also when you're producing your music or making your music, you have to have a great producer.
Right.
So I think these are the key elements to generating a positive, constructive package.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Erik, this is John. I want to just kind of touch very briefly on something that you just touched on. Having the artist come to you with an idea. Now, are you one of these guys that will dismiss somebody immediately if they come to you and say, well, my concept is to have a video that says, oh, look at me, I'm a rock star? Or is your concept to try to guide them to a point to where they realize, no, who cares if you're a rock star? We got to tell a story and suck that person in. And if that's the case, how do you go about administering, for lack of better words, that guidance?
Well, I think development is the key. And one of the benefits of being a human being is the ability to develop and correct oneself and to learn. And if I see that an artist has an idea, and, it may be a little bit different than mine in terms of how, I would think a video production would go for their particular song. The artistic flavor is in the eyes of the beholder. That's a relative phrase. What one person may think is great, another person may not, and vice versa. But the key is, like I said, development and mentoring. If I can give an artist a better outlook that would help him develop his music or his idea, in the collaboration process, I think that's the key. Because if you can collaborate on something, everybody can come to the proper conclusion.
Yeah, but you have the experience as the producer, as the director. And are they coming to you for that, or are they coming to you because maybe they see you as a conduit to try to advance their career where they're really not looking at the long term?
Both. You have people that come to me for the concept. What do you see? I'm going to send you a song, listen to it, and tell me what your concept might be to enhance this video or to generate a music video. And then you have people that have a concept and they're actually locked into that concept, and no wiggle room whatsoever. This is what we have. This is what we want. This is our idea. Can you bring it to life? And right. This is the budget. And so it's the main thing that people fail to realize is that when you offer a service or you're bringing somebody comes to you to help them. They're actually the client. They're the boss.
Right.
You can always, unless it's a project that you just don't believe in. There are projects that I just won't take.
Sure.
That's against my morality. But in terms of, for the most part, those are far and few. So you listen to the client, you find out what their needs are, and you try to give them as much as possible to develop their dream or their goal.
Gotcha. Now you're working with a young lady that we had discussed, who is currently a member of the music community and a successful artist on the way up, hopefully. And you just I think you've just completed one video for her, and you're starting another.
Yes, I had the opportunity to work. The artist, her name is Annette Royale. And she's in the Southern California area. Very, very, very talented artist, very talented young lady, very beautiful personality, very nice. So she called me in to, I approached her for her to work on a video. She had a song called Confused. And, I told her, hey, listen, Annette, I want to work on this video. And I didn't charge her a dime. It's just like, I just need to develop this video for you. I have a great concept. So I generated a treatment and presented it to her team, and they loved it. And so we produced the video, and it looked very, very good. She loved it, and it was fun.
That always helps if you can enjoy what you're doing, and it seems a lot less like work, and that's a great thing, which I think permeates. It comes through in the finished product. Now, your work, when you take this concept that they have, okay, step one, have a good song, and step two, have a concept that you believe in, a picture in your mind of what you want to send, what message you want to give the listener with this. What do you do when you take this concept and try to translate it to a music video?
Well, the concept, there's always planning. And so, we get together with the team. There's a lot of preparation involved in the pre-production stage of it. We determine the look of the video, locations, permits, or whatever, all the, as you call it, the nut and bolts of the video.
Right.
And once we gather that information, then it's all about setting dates and finding out the availability of the talent and then lights, camera, action. We shoot it.
Now, I know there's probably there are probably so many variables that there is no singular answer to this, but as a guesstimate, if you had to tell someone, okay, this is going to take, a couple of weeks, it's going to take a month, whatever, on the average, what does it take from the first time you sit down to discuss the direction you're going and the concept to the time that you schedule to finish production? About how long does that normally take?
Okay, I'm going to break that down in 3 answers. Okay. First, you have your basic video production, and that's a small production that requires not very many locations. Go out in 2 days if you can get all the footage that you want. It doesn't require any special effects. You have no problems getting permits or whatever you might need, the legality wise. Considering you don't have much on your desk, which is always the case if you have other projects on your desk, but if you have no projects on your desk, you can get right away, you can shoot it and start editing, get to it. You can throw it out in a week.
Wow.
You shoot it in 2 days, you edit it in 2 days, you give a draft. They usually don't like it, or they want changes, or they love it. They either don't like it, they love it, or they love it, but there's got to be a few things that need to be changed.
Sure.
So that's usually the 3 that you get, and then so that that doesn't take much to do. So a week, for something like that.
Okay, now before we run out. Oh, go ahead. I didn't realize you weren't finished.
No, I was going to say, and then, secondary, if you have a little bit more of a complex video, some moderate special effects, depending on the locations, and more complex video can take anywhere from 2 weeks to a month. And then if you have something that's very extensive in terms of visual effects, for example, if it's pretty much shot in front of a green screen 90% of the time, and you have to generate environments and backgrounds and special effects, that can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months.
I'm looking forward to coming out to LA and watching you do a production. That would be an experience, because I've never sat in on one of those. But we want to thank you so much for coming, spending some time, giving us a little bit of an insight to what it takes to make a successful music video and translate that into success in today's music business. Once again, Erik, tell folks how they can get in touch with you.
Well, they can always go to the website, Xarconfilms.com.
And that's Xarcon. I want to be sure and include that so people aren't looking for other spellings. It's Xarcon.
That's correct. .com. And shoot us an email, and there's a phone number there they can always call, and we can get started.
Great. Want to thank you again so much for coming and sharing with us today, and we'll look forward to maybe having you come back and visit us again in the future, Erik.
Hey, I appreciate it, Dave. Thank you for having me. You and John, you guys have a great day, and enjoy your beautiful weather out there.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
You lie.